Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about what does hosting a model mean. So I was doing some work and I came across this, sentence or an update from Databricks. If you don't know Databricks is an Azure service, which is mostly used for data transformation uh, whenever it comes to big data. And just taking a step back, and I think in this series, if you're watching it for the first time, I would mostly be talking about the Azure services. And whenever I speak about AI or ML, I would be referring to mostly the things around Azure. For that matter, it could be Azure Databricks. Uh, we have to note that Databricks is a different company other than Azure, but they have partnered together, and we have something called Azure Databricks, which we can use for data transformation purposes. So coming back to the point for this video, we would be talking about what does hosting a model mean. So as I said, I came across the sentence or an update from Databricks rather, where they were talking about they have the capability of hosting foundational models inside Databricks. So we would be seeing what does it mean, because if you just look at the sentence, although it looks convincing that you have understood it, but we really need to break it down and see what exactly does it mean. At least for me, I had to do that. So let's go into this. For this, we would need we will go in a random direction. I've not planned anything for this. I will share the screen with you guys, and I'll talk a little bit about hosting. What does it mean? Try to explain you things how I understand it, and then we'll talk about how or what is the meaning of hosting a data model or model, not a data model inside Databricks. So let's first understand what does hosting mean, and I hope my writing improves. So, in traditional application development, and let me give a caveat. I hope all of you watching this video have some sort of technical background. If not, some of the concepts or some of the things, terms, words that I use inside the video might not resonate with you. But that does not mean that you cannot stop, you cannot learn, and maybe you try to get or try to Google whatever I'm saying by maybe stopping the video and just Googling it. Trying to find out the exact meaning of what I'm speaking. But I'll try to keep it as general as I can. This is not a very tech heavy video, or where I'm talking about where I'm talking or using a lot of technical words. But some sort of technical background would be needed, and that might resonate with you, and you might be able to understand more. So let's come to hosting. So what does hosting mean in traditional application development world? So first is you create an app. This could be a web app or this could be a Windows app. An example of Windows app would be you know uh, a music player. When I say music player, that music player would let you play music or audio video files. And there are two components to it. One is you first develop the app. There will be some developers who would be developing the app. And the second part is now we want to distribute the app so that the users can use it. When it comes to users, so what would you do is you would download the app from any Play Store. Usually you would download it, or traditionally in the older times you would download it from the internet. So once you download it, then you have to install this, and then there comes the concept of hosting. In this Windows app analogy, your application will be hosted on your laptop. You don't need anything else. You don't need internet connection. You can just open the app and start playing around with it. So you can assume, or you can maybe think of hosting as a means of distributing the application to the end user. In the case of Windows app, you would not need anything other than your machine. But when it comes to web applications, you would have to, install that app into one computer or a server. So this could be one, or you can have many computers because nowadays distributed computing is also possible. So once you install that app onto this clusters of computers, clusters is a keyword here because you will see or you will read wrote a lot about cluster farms when it comes to foundational models. So especially, I think you might be aware that for running the foundational models, you need a lot of compute, which means you need a lot of computers, and that's why they call it as a cluster farm. So for we were talking about the web app. So for web applications, once the development team has completed the development and they have tested it, then that has to be hosted so that it could serve to the wider audience or to the general public. And then you install the app or download the app in simple terms on all of these machines, and then with the internet, the users can start using it. So this is in very general terms what hosting means. We can also think of it as how in order to productionize your applications, you have to host it on certain machine. So now let's come to the point where what does we mean by when we read a particular statement saying that the data bricks can be used to host foundational models. So for that, let's try to do some research, or maybe I'll fire a query in one of the browsers, and I mostly use perplexity.ai for doing analysis. And I've already done, I think, some sort of analysis on this. Let me see if I am logged in. Let me just, type in a simple question. And by the way, guys, this is the new way of doing a search. I usually use Perplexity. It's a tongue twister, so uh, spare me for any of the mistakes while pronouncing. So Perplexity, I use perplexity.ai, which is like a new way of searching the thing. So you not only it will give you the links, of the websites where you can get the detailed answer, but it will also provide you a small summary of the the content that is available in all of these websites. So let me just type in the sentence. What does hosting an AI model mean? So let's say what it comes up with. Hosting an AI model serving means making a trained machine learning model accessible for inference, allowing it to respond to queries or requests from a hierarchy deployment. This involves taking a trained model and packaging it for the inference process. So we talked about it. It has to be deployed somewhere, accessible via APIs. So this was just a traditional, way of deploying applications. Now, once the applications are deployed, and let's say if you are already also working on some application, and you have to use some of the features or the data from this app one, then you can do it with the help of APIs. So that is what it means. So when you are using foundational models and you want to do custom work on top of it, you want to build your AI, applications using AI engineering, and that is where the endpoints will come into picture. Resource management, hosting a model requires managing computer resources. So if you are hosting the models, let's say you are hosting an application on your machine, then if you want to, if you have to increase the configuration of your machine, maybe it could be RAM or it could be the storage, you can do that easily. Whereas if it is deployed, if the application is just deployed in a remote server, you might not be able to do that, and you would have to maybe purchase a better plan with which you get the higher configuration with what you're doing. So that is also something that comes in handy. uh, and then the infrastructure models can be hosted on various platforms, including cloud services. This is another thing. So basically, I think when we want to summarize this, we are saying that it becomes a lot easier if we have to do a lot of if we have to do changes to the compute, or to the hardware. I think hardware is the better word if you want to generalize it. If you host a model on a system where you have control on, then you will be able to do more what do you say customization on the hardware part of it, as compared to when you deploy it on some other third party servers. So let me just edit the query. What does Let me just type in here difference in uh, models that are hosted. We should be using the word hosted on Databricks compared to non-hosted ones. So let's say what it returns. Models are deployed using Mosaic AI model serving feature, which provides a unified interface for managing, deploying. Uh, so Mosaic is also a different company that mostly deals with ML and AI work. So Databricks had bought this organization, and that is where they have the capability of using this model benefit from automated infrastructure management. So you don't have to worry anything about the infrastructure, allowing with seamless scaling and maintenance without. Yeah, you can scale up and scale down. That is what we discussed. Databricks ensures high availability and low latency, capable of supporting over 25,000 queries per second with minimal overhead. So this is self-explanatory. I don't have to explain this. Then you have non-hosted models. Models may require manual deployment on local servers or other cloud infrastructures. Users must handle the complexity of server management. So most of the things are offloaded on the users if you are hosting it on a different uh, environment other than Databricks. So there are different aspects to it, security and governance. If you're doing it on non-Databricks systems, you will have to deal with every aspect of it, like performance, integration and management, security and governance, and all. So that is this is what we thought of discussing today. What does hosting a AI model mean? And just a caveat again here, I'm not an expert on AI by any means. I'm still learning it, and I think the idea is that you get to learn with me. And if this video has added advantage or has added value to you, please consider subscribing to this channel. We will keep on bringing new videos for you guys. And thank you for watching.